And we're live. Hello, 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 everyone. We're just unscripted, jumping right into it. Because I was like, let's just go live. Hello, hello, hello. All right, let's go to Ian's charting for today. What are you doing, Ian? What's going on?
I was playing around checking out the Binance chart right now, the BNB coin.
BNB.
I have not charted it yet.
Question of the day: BNB going to replace Ethereum? Is it going to go above it? Everyone was like, you should have launched your token on BNB. I was like, why didn't we do that? I never used BNB, but and I think Ethereum will regain market share with EIP 1559, but I don't know if it's gonna, how smoothly that's gonna go. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I don't. I don't understand fundamentals at all.
Oh man,
except the core fundamentals of crypto. That's about all I know.
Yeah. So basically, with Ethereum, you have something called Ethereum Proposal. Ethereum Proposal EIP 1559. And what 1559 is, BNB insanity indeed. 1559 is it's gonna fix the fees on Ethereum, but the miners don't like it because the miners like making a lot of money from high fees. So that's one of the problems. Like I do repeat this a lot, but proof of work, like people. I even had a conversation. I had a conversation with the math guy today, and his interpretation was like proof of work crypto. That's what he was thinking of crypto, and when we proof of work is not the future. Because wrong incentives. But here's BNB. Look at that thing. That is a beast.
So I haven't charted it much, but I took this target. It looks like we just barely wicked above this target here. Right, it came in at $600, and that was from, if I took this as a flagpole, and I checked this from different areas. First, I took the target from here, and then I checked it from here, and I checked it from all the way kind of down in this bottom long flat line down here. And that's actually where it met the target pretty good. So now, is this a top for Binance coin on the short term? I think we could see a possible retracement. The money flow is high. Money flow is peaking out on the 4-hour. So that's one thing I see down here. When it's thick like that and peaking, this could be a top. And if we do retrace back, and maybe I'll consider getting some around $400, and then and we'll go from there and see what kind of patterns we come up with. But yeah, there's no reason to FOMO buy right now at 560. I don't see the need to do that.
That's got to retrace, right? Like BNB's been going for a constant run, but and I like what people are saying in the chat. Is there anything BK Blitz? He says, is there anything being built on Binance that's even remotely comparable to the maturity we see on ETH? And I mean, that's a good question, dude. I'm gonna be honest. I don't use Binance Chain that much, but people are asking me. They said, why didn't you launch your token on Binance instead of Ethereum? And I'm really starting to question that, because it cost me a lot to launch a token on Ethereum. But up until now, like we'll see. We'll do whatever's the benefit. So it's for long term.
Well, I mean, ETH should get its improvements too, right? I mean,
but the miners are going to create an issue, man. I just know it. Like they don't want this to happen. They don't want it. They don't want Ethereum to upgrade. So I mean, otherwise it would have been done already.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like they're just reaping the benefits right now, the way it is now.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you there.
Oh no, I didn't say anything. Here, I'm gonna put something up here.
Sure.
Guys, check that out. So I think we're about to see some more price. Can you see it, Ian, when I'm putting on the screen?
I will here in a second.
Yeah, because it's delayed, right?
Yep.
this is the ratio. This is what I use to keep track of the market. This is telling me that we're pretty far from, like, I think we're about to see some major price movements. Like everything I'm seeing, like we're in the calm before the storm. You know, that's my impression from a fundamental standpoint. Um, you know, I have people who think that I have, you know, some more research I'm going to do tonight, but there's people that think that this
Okay.
market's not going to pull back.
So wait, bring that back. I want to look at that actually. Make that full screen because I have no idea what a ROTL ratio is. Can you explain
You don't
this?
know what ROTL is? What?
I've never
Are you
seen
like?
this. I've
Oh,
never
let's
heard
see.
of this.
Okay, so
I
this
told you,
right
dude.
here.
I just look at charts. I'm
Check
just
that.
looking at
Check
charts.
that thing out. Look how it predicted these tops. Right. This is a
But
math.
what is a ROTL ratio?
It's right here. Like I can't read it right now, but it's the unrealized gains, like based on, you know, 1 year minus the second year, right? So,
Okay.
times the market age. So basically, it's like the profitability of each wallet that has from like like if they're in the profit or if they're in the loss from when the token
I
exchanged
gotcha.
hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I have seen some data on this. I think doesn't Glassnode have data like that shows like profitability of wallets?
yeah, they have something called NUPLs, net unrealized profit ratio, which is a little different, but this one's a little better because it predicts the exact tops.
The exact tops, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, look at that thing. Do you see it?
I saw it. I'm gonna bookmark that one for
Yeah,
myself.
that's something I bookmarked again. You know, I suggest all our followers bookmark that as well. It's just one of, you know, you want to consult yourself with things like that. Launch Intrepid Token on Luxo. Like, I love our audience for saying things like that. Like, Intrepid should be on Luxo. That's right. We're going to migrate to Luxo. What do you guys think about that? Let's migrate our token to Luxo and just burn the whole Ethereum one.
100%. I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down. Dude, I will live on Luxo. Like, I'll become a validator for that network. I'll write the backend scripts. I'll do that. So.
Well, speaking of Luxo, I'll pull that chart up. It's actually broke out of this diagonal resistance that we've been following now for days. And we had a nice wick up to just shy of $19, but we did come back and retest that resistance, and it looks like it's now holding us support. So that's a nice sign right there. I like the look of that. So far so good. Again, I would happy days when we get back over 20 though, because I think 20 is that's gonna be a blip on the radar when we rocket through that. I think it's just getting really coiled up here. I'm still waiting for the money flow on the 4 hour to cross back into that green, but I think I did see it on the 1 hour. Oh, it did only just a little hair of green there. So we shall see here if this continues to make a nice big juicy money wave. That's what I want to see. But
I think
so far,
patience is the game, right? Like, patience is the game. I think, you know, like Luxo, like, I'm willing to just set it aside and forget about it for years if that's what it takes. But obviously, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. But, like, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of your go-to strategy for what, 9 out of 10 projects?
I mean, my go-to strategy for everyone who's here that's paid the best to me is buy really quality stuff. You know, some of these things that I've bought, probably not the best quality, but the ones that I make videos about, like if I make a video about it, if I take the time to do my one in-depth video, I consider it quality, you know? And I probably own about 15, 20 projects that I do that, and I replace the worst one if I find a new one. And then I just hold and forget about it. You just hold and forget. And that's the thing that's won. Anytime I've sold, it's all like, of course, there's some things that have gone down and failed or whatever that I sold at good times. But the ones that really produced the best returns were the ones that I sold too early. Like, dude, like if I had at one point enough ETH-len to, be like a master of the universe, dude. I just wish I would have held it. So, made that mistake. But, I got a lot of wins too. So, but the best, my wins are from like stuff that took 2 years. Like 2 years to happen. This mic is going off. Obviously there's people that can perform that better than that, like if they know how to trade like kings. But most people, 99% of people are going to fail at that. And I'm not the brightest, I'm not the brightest guy in the world. I think this strategy is just the strategy that wins. If it worked for me, then it's going to work for anyone else who does it. Because,
Yeah.
Do I hold any stocks? I'm doing silver from Mirror Protocol, which isn't holding the stock. It's like just a mirror. Like that's actually something I've been playing around with. Pretty soon there's leverage coming to Mirror Protocol, by the way. That's one of the things they're going to upgrade. But stocks, nah. Not right now. I think crypto is still too much of an opportunity. And even so, I'm going to go into safe stuff. Like I'm going to go into safe things when I take profits. Because, my next video, the one that's coming out, my next video that I'm releasing is the macro picture. I'm talking about macroeconomics and how it relates to crypto. So I'm trying to get a holistic view of that. I'm taking safe bets after, I'm taking profits in the safe stuff, and then I'm gonna lay low and just research and try to find good valuable data to pick projects for 3 years down the line or whenever we recover from what I think is. But some people think there will be no pullback. They might be right. No one can see the future. I wish I could. What's your top favorite project from 1 to 5? Oh, go ahead, Ian.
I see BK. He's looking for a pullback to $10. I'm not gonna be bearish here until probably we close a 4-hour candle down. I'd say probably below these last wicks, right here around 13, because so far we I've got a nice kind of double bottom in this area, and we are trying to break this diagonal and trying to find support here. It looks like we are finding support. I'm on the daily, and what I seen, I think I pointed this out last time, I was waiting for this momentum to clip up, and we kind of confirmed this bit of bearish or bullish divergence here on the momentum. And so it's $10 definitely possible. I get what he's saying. Nice round psychological number. I'm not looking for that until we close below down here. Because on the 4-hour, this is looking juicy. This is about to juice up on this next one, is what I'm seeing. All this momentum just curling big time. So yeah, I'm kind of, it's finally doing something other than just stair stepping down. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. That next question I think you were about to look at was the top 5 picks, favorite projects.
Abby P. So what's your favorite projects 1 to 5? Okay, so playing it safe, guys. 1 to 5. The reason I like Celsius token, and it is my number 1 holding, and it's it got there through performance, but I'm just hodling. And one of the reasons it's an index of all crypto. I don't have to worry. In the end of the day, Celsius is the one I think is most likely, the lowest risk. So I just hold it, Number 2, my favorite project would be Polkadot from a conceptual mindset. And profit, I think there is still profits for Polkadot, Kusama, let's just say they're the same one. Because they're the ones that I think can deliver the best technology. 3, Luxo, obviously. I talk about Luxo all the time. So the next 2 would be kind of harder for me. Luxo. What would be 4? I guess the one that came to mind is Mirror. And then, because I love Mirror Protocol, I think it's awesome. I think it's just a cool thing. And then 5, man, this is hard to even get to the 5th one. The rest I would say are risky. Which one do I like? My 5th. Let me look at my portfolio. Let's see which one I think is my favorite 5th. But I already named
Intrepid Token. Come on.
Oh, that would be number 1, of course. Intrepid Token. Oh, Algorand would probably. You think? Yeah, no. The thing about Algorand is it's great. Obviously, I love Ethereum. Ethereum's my big bag too. But the ones that come to my mind are the loves of my life: Celsius, Polkadot, and Luxo. Yeah, those are the ones.
Just everything that's like done the best for you.
Yeah, pretty much. But I still think they have a lot of.
There's a reason why. There's
a
reason why, right?
You ever hear the saying, "Buy the winners and just hold them"? I mean, so that means they're going to continue to deliver according to that philosophy. And this is from people like Michael Saylor. I listen to billionaires. I listen to how they've done it. So
what percentage do you keep USD? I think in previous videos you've mentioned 5%.
Not anymore. I keep
anymore.
I keep 1% because I have things like Mirror and stuff I can use to store my wealth in silver, and I can put gold, and so it reduces my risk. I can spread it out. I don't want any dollars, but I do have dollars just because I'm a pool provider at Mirror. So
does Luxo count as safe stuff? I don't think it qualifies.
That's a great question.
Just
Who
yet.
asked that? Which one was that?
That was BK.
Yeah, man. Does Luxo count as safe? According to me, it does. But obviously everything's risky. And I've seen guys with millions of dollars of Luxo. So, but it depends on what those guys do too in the future. So
yeah, that could be their 1%.
Yeah, it's possible too. Those guys, maybe they should stake it. Maybe they're just going to turn it into income, like on Polkadot and Kusama. Like you lock up.
For
those
me,
tokens.
I don't. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, a lot of people are saying what they should do is just think about income, like passive income. That should be the strategy. What token is that you're looking at now?
That's Celsius.
Oh yeah, Celsius, of course. I love that one.
And it met my first target here at $8, which was the target of the whole triangle. And this is the flagpole, if you consider it a bull pennant. So yeah, I've been looking for $8 to $10, and it looks like we found support right at our previous all-time high. So I think Celsius is looking good as far as just general price action concerned here. On the money flow and momentum, I think there's more to go. I think we still got some more to go in this wave. I think maybe we could potentially get up to 10 on this next leg up and kind of create a pattern up in this zone. Well, we'll see what happens, but yeah, I think we can still get to 10 from here. Which it was earlier. Oh, it wicked back down. Yeah, I was gonna say it was testing 8 again. So yeah, lots of price action for Celsius. It's amazing how quickly that price will move.
Well, Celsius is like when Celsius moves, it just takes off and it goes to another order of magnitude. It just jumps a whole order of magnitude.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's going to do 10x from here, or at least right now. But I think it might have a 3x or 4x in the short term. People ask me about. Have you ever heard of O-Chain? People ask me about that all the time. At least in my
O-Chain.
I'm looking at it now. It's
Zero Chain is that the one people call Z Chain?
They call it
or Z Chain something different.
Zero Chain, high performance decentralized storage network. I've seen these things.
I've heard
Isn't that just Filecoin? Filecoin's done the same thing, right? Like how's that
I've
different?
heard of Z Chain, but I don't know if that's the same thing.
No, I don't think so. Is it? This is ZCN O-Chain, like a zero chain. Zero chain. Yeah, Ray M is saying it's zero chain. But it's like the same thing as Filecoin, right? Am I right about that? Let me see. Yeah.
Thoughts on? Didn't you already ask this or answer this about Chainlink?
What's this question?
Or did you not talk about? No, you didn't talk about Chainlink.
Chainlink?
He's asking him.
Someone asked about Chainlink? Link pool?
Yeah, and important that T-Mobile cell phone company is staking Link.
Cool.
Is
I think
important?
Yeah, I've said it before. I think Chainlink's a good. Yeah, maybe we should write down some of these projects. People I get barraged with so many projects that people want me to look at that it's kind of overwhelming. But like
Yeah, I have people texting me to ask you about stuff.
yeah, it's there's just a lot like to dig through. But that's why I think that like this channel has a good future, like because like I only think it's gonna get more complex, man. Like I think this field is like it's gonna get more complex. It's gonna get more complex. It's not gonna get simpler. And so there's gonna be different companies that help people decipher this complexity. And wrapping your head around it. And like, what's a good investment? What's not? Like, do you need to know how deep do you need to go with technology? Things like that. But people staking Link is here to stay. It's part of the infrastructure. As far as returns, I think that foundational layers are better. What other thing do you want to chart? We can chart. Let's check out Intrepid Token. So guys, we launched this Intrepid Token. Here, let's go. Pull up Dex Tools, Ian. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I was just reading chat actually. Kind of liking that, trying to just make sure we're caught up on that. I seen some comments about Cardano. Did you mention Cardano?
We'll talk about Cardano. Like, we'll look at it. I haven't had a chance to listen to. I like sometimes I'll listen to Cardano founders. What's his name? My brain's out of it right now. But the founder Charles Hoskinson. Like. He's a very smart guy. I think one of the things about his community is the guy's really smart, and he has one of the most accurate points of view in crypto, in my opinion. But yeah. So check out our token. So someone bought early and then they dumped, jerks. But like, this is our new fella that we launched today, the Intrepid Token, and plan is, this will be around Intrepid's ecosystem. It's going to be like, we're going to provide liquidity for it. That's what we'll work over time. Yeah, look at, why don't you chart it?
Yeah, it's making like a descending channel.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Like, so guys, what do you think about our technical analysis of Intrepid Token? Look at the.
It's got good support at 60 cents here.
Wait, is that a Head and Shoulders? Oh, shit, it's going hard. No, just kidding. I love this token.
Could be. It's putting in a head right now. It could make a. Yeah, that's definitely is going to be a Head and Shoulders.
Yo, I'm excited about
upside.
This. So one of the reasons we launched like this token is because it changed my mindset. Like I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be learning all these projects, it changes the way you look at things when you actually have your own token. Because I can research all day long, but going through the experience yourself and like how to, make sure the token is like, well representative of the channel. Like, it changes how you psychologically think about things. So that's one of the reasons I'm glad we're doing this, because it's like, let's see if we can take this thing to the moon, But obviously, disclaimer: this thing could crash, as it has done, But the goal is to figure out practices around it and see what experiments we can do on it. No claims to anything legally, as we have to say.
Yeah, it'll be good experience for you to.
Yeah, we can
see all the haters calling it an S coin.
Yeah. I mean, until we start like building, like I talked with our math guy today. We're working we're going to work on building a website and migrate this token's utility to that website, and then we'll just keep adding utility. That's what the goal is, to just build the ecosystem around the token. So it's a utility token, and yeah, it'd be cool. See what we can do with it. So it'll be fun. So let's check out.
See, the one I was gonna say the one I got text about was UTK, U Trust Token. Have you ever seen?
I get asked that one all the time too. It just looks like a wallet.
It must be from programmers or something, because that's my buddy's friend is like a super coder nerd. Mm-hmm. So that would kind of make sense.
I can program. It's just I don't like. I build applications too. It's just I don't have the patience. Like I mean, I really like programming, because it's like you can, whatever you can think of in your mind, you can make possible. And I had one idea. Look, so hear out this project idea, right? So this is extremely complicated, and I don't know if anyone's ever going to try this, right? But I was like, why doesn't someone build bots, like a little bot birther that gives birth to little bots that trade, like it gives birth to little bots that go out to all the different markets, and the one like they would have different mathematical makeups, and it would be based on survival of the fittest. The ones with the most profits would survive and reproduce, and the ones that don't would die. And so you would have all these reproducing bots. The only thing that would be in common with these bots that you release would be that they would all send all their profits to some address. And it's kind of like an interesting program I was interested in making, but like the code for that would be insane. So I was like, nah. Interesting to think about, but like, yeah. But you trust. People talk about this one. So, see, the thing I don't understand, like, what gets people excited about these things, get ready for seamless online payments with digital currencies. Like, how many different entities want to make payments with crypto? And then how many times has that not succeeded?
Right.
But how many different, like, what makes them the ones that are going to deliver this? Like, I don't know. For me, it just, like,
doesn't have that originality factor.
yeah, I've heard it a million times, and I know that there's some powerful companies working with it, so it can definitely succeed. Like, apparently there's some deals, like, but people don't want, like, it. I don't know where, like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how crypto is gonna evolve, like, in the sense that how payments is gonna evolve. I think at the end of the day, we're all gonna need something that's gonna happen is we're gonna need some unit of account. Is that Bitcoin? Maybe. Is it something else? Maybe.
Nah, it's not Bitcoin. Maybe.
I don't know. Like, I don't. At this stage, I
don't think anything has to be, really.
I don't. Like, what are we going to use as our unit of account? And some people think Bitcoin's won that battle. Some people don't. I personally think that something's going to go viral that's going to be big that none of us could see. But when it does, it's going to be an aha moment.
I don't know why there has to be anything when you have a whole ecosystem of cryptos.
I mean, maybe that too.
What's to stop Speedway from having, like, anyone that's been to Speedway, they try to sign you up to get your Speedway points. Do you see, like, a day where these companies like Speedway make, instead of reward points, you're given, like, tokens to spend on their?
I think that's possible. One thing I imagined with, like, what could potentially happen is, imagine you have, like, a car, and or imagine you have a gym. Here's a different example. And membership of the gym is holding some amount of tokens. And you're like, oh, I have 100 tokens of gym token. And so the gym unlocks for me automatically and unlocks my locker or whatever. So people could own, like, their local gym or whatever. Like, things like that I think are possible.
Yeah.
Dude, one thing I am going to say is what's going to throw a wrench in everything, and a lot of people aren't talking about, is self-driving cars. I mean, we're really getting close to that, and self-driving cars is really going to change the game on a lot of stuff. Like, it's going to change, like, how humans behave on, like, it's going to be a fundamental shift.
Speedway's adopting Intrepid Token.
Yeah, Speedway. It's funny.
What's the maximum supply? Oh, for Intrepid, yeah.
For Intrepid?
Isn't that 1 million?
1 million. There's only 1 million tokens for the Intrepid token, and then it's a burn model. Everything we make, like, we're either going to add liquidity or we're going to burn it. That's pretty much right now. And then utility around it in the future. Like, so whatever income the channel makes, we'll buy the token to burn it or provide liquidity. And then in the not so distant future, it'll provide access to a website that, like, you'll be able to get all the content there instead of, like, trusting, like, Patreon and things like. Because think about it, if you want to build a company on top of another company, that company controls you. So it's better just to build your own website and just have the token give access to that website. And then we'll add more utilities down the line after, you'll have some amount that'll allow you access to the website. And then after that, we'll add, like, governance, like, whatever we can come up with, but one step at a time, So the first things first will be just, whatever profits we make right now, I'll just use it to provide liquidity, establish that liquidity. And then you throw away the keys, right? I think there's a contract that you can sign to where it locks it in liquidity. But what I'll do is I'll just open an account, provide liquidity, and throw away the keys, and that's permanent liquidity, So things like that. Yeah.
So you were saying something about like Bitcoin being the common denominator as far as what currencies are settled in. I don't know that like anything really has to be, because if you can
But people want to think of a
swap,
number, right?
yeah, they do, but I think it almost gets to a point where it's almost like reverting back to like a digital bartering system instead of having like a currency and like a common medium of exchange. Like I feel like cryptos make it possible to basically exchange anything um, without having that like common denominator. Maybe it's not possible. Maybe you do have to have that common denominator. But you know, if my Speedway tokens, if I deem 100, if somebody's willing to buy it for whatever, they'll swap some dot or Bitcoin for it or whatever. It just is. It's just going to be worth that. I almost see it as just a way to make exchanging goods and bartering easier. So I don't have gift cards sitting here to Red Robin, and I don't want to go to Red Robin, and I move away, and now I don't have a Red Robin nearby. I can exchange that gift card tokens or whatever for my Speedway points. Now I can get more Speedway points.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Like gift cards that people
I
find
didn't come
useless?
up with it.
What's that?
I mean, I don't know that I came up with that. I just think that's just what crypto inevitably is gonna. I think it's just gonna be entrenched in everything. Why not use blockchain? It's just a secure way to do everything. Why, gift cards, tokens. It would help with a lot with like scams and people stealing stuff. And
stealing stuff like who was it? Like I forget who was it? Like we came up with a model for like making theft like something that would never happen. I forget what it is. Like if you have NFTs on things that are really valuable, like cars or whatever, and like you the NFT has to have some kind of verification with it. Like let's say, guys, listen to this. Here's an example. Okay, so
I think I know where you're going with it.
So yeah, let's say I own a Cybertruck, right? I have a Cybertruck on order, which is true. I have a Cybertruck on order, right?
Did you get the single motor or dual motor?
I got that thing packed out with 3. I got them.
You could order the 3. I didn't think you could order the 3. That's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get the tri-motor.
I got the tri-motor truck on order, and I'm gonna put like bars on the truck, and I'm gonna make it look ridiculous. But
okay, but let's say you got one.
Okay, let's say you got this truck, guys. You have a Cybertruck, right? And now Elon said the self-driving component's gonna go up in price. He said it's gonna be worth 200,000, 100,000 someday, because the cars can practically be employees for you. Like when this is legal, I could let my truck run around and earn income for me all day, right? So
just
how much
driving people around?
Just driving like it'll just go around and it'll fill itself up. It'll go to its own thing, like its cleaner shop. It'll pay the cleaner because it'll have a crypto account. Okay, so my truck will take care of all of that by itself. It'll go to the cleaners. After someone threw up in it, I don't even know that someone threw up in it. Like, it just goes, it goes to the clean thing, pays the guy, they clean it, the truck says, ding, yes, it was clean, with whatever cameras, or I could approve it or something, And then the truck drives around taking care of people all day, charges itself, all of that, out of mind. I don't have to think about it. It doesn't require gas. Yeah, it fills up with electricity, electrons. But then no one could steal the truck. Right? No one could steal it because it's an NFT that I hold in my wallet, right? And I could tie that NFT to some other things, and when I send it to someone else, the ability to you can have titles, and that means whatever. Someone could steal a car with a title, but if I have an NFT that shuts the car off from my phone, like I'll have real control over it. Like that'll be blockchain control. And someone can't steal the car. Like if someone literally tries to steal my truck that's running around doing this job, you hit a button and it shuts off unless the verification key is used, the NFT. That's one of those, and that's not hackable.
Oh, I thought you push a button and out pops a semi-automatic weapon and sirens start going off.
Yeah. Step back from the vehicle. It'll be cool in these self-driving cars. Like the steering wheel will actually fold into the car. The steering will go, so you can't even drive it. You know, you go,
That's pretty awesome. That thing's tiny though. Did you see the steering wheel on the truck? Have you?
The Casper.
The steering wheel is like just a tiny rectangle thing.
No, they're gonna make. I don't know what it's gonna finally look like when the final version comes out for the Cybertruck, but like it's gonna look a little different, you know. Like, is it gonna have like the mirrors, you know? So.
Well, I heard they're like talking about that in the courts because obviously it's an old law that we've never had to deal with. I guess in overseas in European countries, it's not like a law they have to deal with. So that's been a thing on lots of, for like, I don't know, like Mercedes and Audis and stuff. I think you can get, or BMWs or something like that. You can get cars without mirrors. It's just a camera. Not hackable. We'll see about that. Yeah, hackers always catch up at some point, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the guy says it's not, but you know, guys, encryption isn't hackable. Like, what makes it hackable is the human. Like, whenever you hear someone hack something, it's because they call up someone at a data center and say, I'm so and so, and they fool the person into giving them access. Encryption is not breakable. Like, now it's breakable by quantum computers if that becomes a thing, but it's mathematically like not like when something's encapsulated in encryption, like you need the key. You can't do it. It's not like the hackable part is the human element. So when I say
I find it interesting.
Go ahead.
I find it interesting that you mentioned that the quantum compute, like it's not possible until with the quantum computing. Now, I think quantum computing's very possibly coming down the pipeline. I've actually heard concern about that as far as like Bitcoin goes.
So the way a lot of these blockchains use like 256 SHA encryption, so they're using that many numbers, like 256. I think this is the way it works. It's been a while since I reviewed encryption, but 256 letters. So it's 24 raised to the power of 256, which is an insanely large number. I think that's right. I might be wrong about that. But quantum is multiple states, so a computer can test multiple states at once, so it allows for it to break encryption like that. It'll still be a while, but it'll be much shorter of a while before quantum can, because it can handle multiple states, at once. Like it's like it got some kind of crazy throughput with the physics, But yeah, you can use the encryption. You can change out the. It's not a big deal because there's quantum encryption, and that's another thing. Imagine how big, guys. This is proof that what's Bitcoin going to do for its governance decision when quantum becomes a thing or is close to becoming a thing. Like, how will they reach consensus? Good luck with that.
I see what you mean. It becomes obsolete.
Well, yeah, but it also has no governance model. Like Bitcoin has a contention about anything that it does. 2 to the 2. Oh, okay. So that's what it's a bit. So it's bits. So SHA-256 is bits. 0, 1, and so 2 raised to the power of 256, which is that's the encryption. Yeah, that's right. So.
But is that what you mean though? Like because of the quantum computing that Bitcoin was not designed with that in mind?
You need it for instance, Geek, like the Geek chain guys, like they even said they're quantum resistant because they can do an instance that's quantum resistant and people can just migrate to it. And so that means that like Bitcoin doesn't have any mechanism for coming to a consensus on a decision.
Right, yeah, because that is it's sealed and Bitcoin is what it is.
They said Bitcoin will outsource its governance model to Intrepid Token. I like the jokes with the Intrepid Token. It's funny. So
yeah, that's apparently going to be a thing now.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing.
Here we go. We're cracking above the VWAP. I've been sitting here watching this while we're talking.
Which one is this?
This is a Bitcoin. I'm just watching for Bitcoin to get back above the VWAP. And
you think
if nobody uses,
are we going to see some bullish action for Bitcoin?
Oh yeah, it just crossed it. That's good. I'm on the 1 minute just to really see what the price is doing. 'Cause using Heiken and Ishi candles, it's hard to see exactly where the price is. But this white line is a VWAP. Are you familiar with VWAPs? The VWAP.
No.
The very wet No.
Oh,
no,
the
it's
WAP.
it's
I
vol-
know WAP.
No, it's no. This is VWAP. So it stands for like volume weighted average price or something like that, and it's an intraday indicator, and it's built in, so it's on any, like, you could get it on Dex tools. It's on like any chart, VWAP, and what it does, it's essentially like just the daily average, like moving average. It's just but it resets. So you see here how it came straight down.
Yeah.
That is the daily reset. Okay, so that's like 8 o'clock Eastern when you get your daily candle close, the VWAP resets, and you can see how it climbed back up, like it moved a lot, and that's because it's only using this data right here. It's only using the data that just got from the reset. So you got to give it some time, right? You got to give it a little bit of time to kind of get today's data. So now it's been collecting data for what, 5 hours now or so, and if you're ever trying to make like day trades or anything, it gives you a good idea. Like as long as we're above it, it just works like a normal moving average. As long you'll find support on it, and as long as you're above it, you go. But the second you cross it, it starts this downward pressure. But right here, we're crossing back above. So if we cross and we hold, then we'll expect to keep going up. And I do have price targets at 62,000. I'm in a 10x long right now. I opened at 59.9, and I did it based on a couple things, mainly the 2 hour. I saw forming this nice tight like momentum here. This momentum wave's coming up, and so is the money flow. Right, we were deep in the red, and the money flow is coming back up. So and it's kind of forming like a double bottom thing, and that's kind of where I look to enter my trades, is either here like it did. So I think I did trade this. I think I entered and exited, but I did that on Ethereum. So I caught some of that movement, but now I let the price come back down, settle out, let the momentum reset, and I entered back in. And I think I even zoomed in on some time frames too, but I'm looking towards 62, and I might take profit just shy of that because I know people probably will. And I got a pretty good entry, so I have no problem taking. I almost did it on this last wick actually. When it was at 61.1, I was still wrapping up at work, so I didn't take that trade. But I think we go higher on Bitcoin. It's looking good right now, at least for another couple more hours, a few more hours. Let's check out the higher time frame.
Did we look at Algorand today?
No, I don't think so. But it's been doing really good. Been keeping an eye on it. Yeah, this is now Algorand, and we got above that 140. I've been looking to get above this 140,
dude,
because I for whatever reason I feel that's just a point of no return for
Algorand's
Algorand.
just doing the slow crawl right now. It's crawling on up,
Yeah, and right after this like huge impulse up too, right? That broke us out of this diagonal resistance coming in, and since we broke that, it's just, yeah, like you said, been on a nice steady climb. That's I mean, looking very bullish. I just wonder when it. I mean, this is looking really good actually. I mean, this kind of price action could take us much higher than my targets. I have low targets like $2 up to 250 or so. I think this kind of price action, slow crawling up like that, could really lead to some type of explosive stuff, right? I mean,
yeah,
it just starts curving up slowly and goes parabolic up.
This is one that there's legit like investment companies are wanting to trade on the stock exchange. So like, this is the one that a lot of people like. Check out, what was the one that someone. So yeah, obviously we're bullish on Algorand, but I think it's gonna be time before it just takes her a run. Look at Mirror. Like, I know Mirror had a pullback. Let's see how bad that looks. See if it's really bad.
Oh. I kept looking at $9.07, and I'm like, oh, that's still up pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it dumped. But look at that, right back down to the support line. I mean, you can't make that. You can't make that up. Like, that's what they call this?
Wait a minute, I'll be back in a second.
Okay, he had a bathroom break. This is now the Eon show. Oh, okay.
There's just Naomi. She was like, told me something. But
I thought this was a I thought it was a Bart. I thought it was a Bart Simpson.
Bart pattern. Look how it popped
Yeah.
up and came down. What's up
Right
with that?
back to my support here.
Why do you think it did that? Why do you think it even came back down at all?
It's actually it's not a Bart. It's a Batman. 'Cause it's got the
It is a
points.
Batman. I see it.
So
Mirror
why do I think this
protocol.
is? I don't know. I mean,
Why
I feel like
mirror? Why do you do
feel
this
like
to
from-
me?
fundamentally maybe there's something going on. I don't know.
It's I did say Mirror Protocol has a lot of tokens that are getting released for those who are liquidity providers, but that's why I'm a liquidity provider, because I really believe in this one long term, man. Mirror's pretty cool.
This is why I get nervous when I see double tops though. Because this is exactly what can happen. I guess it's, you get another opportunity here. Maybe I should scoop some of this up. Do you buy this on Uniswap, MetaMask, or no? This
think
is
I
like
did.
its own thing.
I can't remember. I can't remember if I got on Ethereum and swapped it over to Terra. I think I'm gonna. I like the Terra ecosystem though. Like I like how cheap it is. It's really nice because that even though like if you use bigger amounts, it's not that big of a deal on Ethereum if you have bigger amounts. But it just hurts every time you do something. It's like $100. It's like a little sting. I hate that.
Oh, the gas
Yeah.
fees.
But Terra is like 10 cents. Like
They had to make an M for mirror.
yeah, that's what Mirror is doing right now. It's just that it's saying, look, this is me, Mirror. Yeah, I think KuCoin sells it, right? I think KuCoin sells everything. KuCoin is my favorite centralized exchange. Putting that out.
So I think if we just connect it, that's how we figure out the next price action, right? Just spell out mirror.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to do.
That's something like that. It's probably what I expected to do, honestly, is just get in. But now that I think it just bounces in this channel, right? And I think
Wait, you got a
that
green
we
dot
could-
down there. I know your little green dots mean something, right? Supposed to be bottom.
they do this. When you see a double like this, that's indicating a bottom,
Okay.
and it's not necessarily the bottom, but like back here, you can see we had a triple. Like there was a bottom here. There was also a bottom here and a bottom here. But you can also see that it made a nice big divergence when it was creating those bottoms. So now it's just you have a flat line of momentum with price coming down. And that's kind of what you look for. Here, it's kind of doing the opposite. Ideally, you want to look for it increasing. Just because this is a bottom doesn't mean I don't just put in a trade on every single green dot. So I usually look and wait for momentum to kind of pile up, and
Yeah.
I might enter here, and like let's say I did enter here, it's 675 as opposed to 650. It's less risk, but it's less reward. So that's kind of where you're at. It's you wait for the confirmations. It's less reward, but it's also less risk. I can go to sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
Up here now there's a big green dot, and it's at this support and resistance line that I have marked right at about 970 ish. So I think especially knowing fundamentally this is one of your top 5 picks, right?
It's one of my biggest small bags. Mirror is one of my biggest small bags, and I loaded up with that.
Well, when they asked you the top 5 earlier, didn't
Oh,
you
it's
pick
one.
this?
Yeah, it's one that I think about. Like it comes to my mind. I'm just a fan of it.
Okay.
I just like the project.
But knowing that, I see no reason why this is probably a good opportunity. So if somebody has some extra something and they're looking, not financial advice. If I had a little
yeah,
something
it's giving
extra,
you your
I'd get
last
into
chance
this.
right there. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
who
I
knows?
think
It could
so.
break
So
down, but it's a really.
I'm
solid
actually going to
project.
figure out. Somebody would just look. We need a. What are those things called? The cameos, right? Cameos. Okay, so we pay Grant. We need Grant to go pay somebody a cameo to talk about Intrepid Token, and you can have them read some ridiculous thing, but pump Intrepid, and then
Yeah, Intrepid Token to the moon. Intrepid
And
to
then-
the
and
moon.
that- and then we can sell some of that, and then we'll buy more mirror. right here at 970.
Yeah.
I just need to come up with some extra funds, but I would definitely like to get some of this right here at this price. Now, I'm not going to bet the farm. I might put 0.5%, 1% into this, and then see if it does come back down to maybe 8, and then I'll put some more into it. Kind of dollar cost average into this between $10 and $8, I think. I'm going to look to DCA in here because we might just hold up here. So that's fine. If we don't come down lower, fine. I got a little skin in the game, and no big deal. I'll go. At least I got some, But that's a good one.
Check out KSM.
E-Gold.
Kusama. People are asking about Kusama. What is this?
We can go to. We'll come back to E-Gold.
Oh, E-Gold.
KSM.
Okay, so that looks like it's gonna go lower, but I don't know. Like
KSM.
I did buy some more though. Because what I'm doing is I'm maintaining a ratio between KSM and Algorand. I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. KSM is a strong little bird. So.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like money flow kind of rounding out. On the 4 hour, I've got that green dot, and these green dots are, the higher the time frame, the better. 4 hours is pretty decent to see a green dot because it's usually pretty accurate. If you back test this, every single one of these like double green dots have been pretty solid bottoms, which it's going to be more accurate in a bull run, right? Oh, big green dot. Of course, the price went. It just constantly went up. Every pattern broke up. It's almost a little misleading at that point. But seeing this could be a bottom. I don't know. I wouldn't buy just yet. I think I would wait for some confirmation. Either we go lower or we go up, right? So I think
it looks like it's actually going sideways. Like it's crazy.
Exactly.
KSM's going sideways.
It is going straight sideways, and I don't know. I think just buying that right here at, I mean, I might buy $420 worth at 420, but other than that, I have no reason to buy here. I think this is, you're buying in the middle. Like we could go lower, and you get a nice discount, or we go up, and again, it's risk versus reward. So for me, am I getting less reward if I wait? If it goes up and I waited, yeah, I get less reward, but at least now I have confirmation that we are going to go up, especially if we break, say, 550. I think if we get above that, come back down and find that support, like we always have these pullbacks, right? I mean, I'll find a new place to get in, but I think this is just a midway kind of no man's land trading sideways, and that's a gamble to buy right here.
Yeah, to me, Kusama's going to get strong anyways from the token lockups that are going to come. I'm actually going to dive back into the Polkadot system again pretty soon. But for now, it's, I've been hunting and haven't found anything for a while. But I'm probably going to go into the Polkadot system. Like I said, I'm releasing a video on the macro picture next, but like doing a lot of research on that.
I mean, ideally, we should see DOT do what like Binance Coin's doing right now, right?
Oh, DOT is so like, I think DOT's going to surprise some people. DOT might actually be the number one coin, and you hear it here first, folks, because the token model with DOT is like when that train leaves the station, and you got candle auction after candle auction, dude. I don't even like that token model is unseen. Well, I guess we're gonna just have to see how that plays out, but I think it's gonna be amazing. Anyways. They're asking about Luna. Let's check out Luna. Like why don't I buy Luna? That's what people ask me.
Well, speaking of DOT,
I'm salty about Luna because I missed it when it was super low. Go ahead.
You made the claim that we weren't going to see these prices anymore, and we did for about like 2 hours right here on these wicks. But no, other than that, we've been holding above this 40, and that's I think that's very bullish for DOT.
Yeah, KSM and DOT, they have the same model, yes. And KSM's going to go first, that's right. But let's check out Luna, because I know people are asking me about Luna. They said it looks scary. What do you think? That does look scary. That looks scary to me. That looks like a Bitcoin like bubble popping type chart.
I think you know what this looks like? This looks like Luxo.
Wait.
Look at that.
Switch
They
them
almost
over again?
layer out. You didn't even know I changed charts.
Yeah, do that back and forth. See if you can do it back and forth real fast. See if you can put
Yeah,
them.
I can.
Yeah, do
I
that.
can put them side by side, actually.
I want you to go back and forth like we used
Okay,
kind of try to line them
we'll
up.
flicker it.
Yeah.
And this is where me just staring at charts all day comes in handy, where I see this pattern and I just immediately recognize it as the Luxo pattern. So let me just drag it up the list here. Luna.
It's got
Well,
these
I'd have
two.
to hide some of my drawings, but you kind of get the idea. Like we came down, went up, and then we have this like extended draw off. And Luxo kind of did the same thing. Like we came down, went up, and then just kind of
Luxo
extended
looks more
off.
bullish though, like in my opinion.
Well, it's because it's trying to hold this. It does not want to go below this low here. It's putting in like a long-legged or long-armed head and shoulder. I don't know. It's not a head and shoulder anymore. But let's go to the money flow. Hey, we're
Dot to
bottoming
2K.
out here, but you can. But again, you can see we made like a bottom here and a bottom here. Price kind of came down a bit, and the money or the momentum is trying to curl up, and you can see it made these big green dots here and here. So that's what I mean. It's not like perfect all the time, but it does. When you see like a double bottom on money flow right here, like this is these play out pretty often. So buying right in here is a good idea. That's basically what I look for. I would feel pretty sketch about it because the money flow did bottom out. So I'm surprised to even see this price come up like this when you have money flow coming down. I almost never see that. I don't know that I even have seen that before. That's really weird price action. Like I've never seen anything like that. But what's the total market cap? Is this one on Coinbase? Is this one of the newer ones they
Luna?
added?
I don't
or
think
going
Luna
to add or
is on Coinbase, but it's the reason I'm scared of it. Yeah, people ask why don't you own Luna because it's right. It like 100x'd in like 3 months or something, like 6 months or something like that. I don't touch tokens that have 100x in 6 months, you know.
yeah,
except I do
that's
hold
kind of how I
Celsius.
look at. That's kind of how I look at any of these projects, right? Like
Mm.
if I get a 10x, I mean, I'm not necessarily buying more unless it's what Celsius or Dot or something crazy. But like, you know what I mean? That you got to take your profits. People
Yeah.
are going to. But you're right. That went up 7,000% in 2 months or something. Yeah, you're right. Crazy.
Someone's asking what's your price on Luxo after T1 listing, like a big exchange? I would care more about the network launching. Is that Luna? Is that what you're looking at? Man, that thing doesn't.
I'm still looking at Luna.
I agree. That doesn't look too. That doesn't.
I
look good to me.
yeah.
Who knows though?
I think Luxo looks better because
It's got a
for
higher
one,
low, right?
Luna, exactly. Luna is putting in lower lows, and that's what the difference is here, right there. That does look scary. But in a bull market, in a bull run, technically this is a descending wedge, which still has probabilities to the upside. So supposedly it should be more likely that this actually does break up and we could see it go anywhere. These price ranges are going to be pretty large, about 22, its previous all-time high, all the way to 32. So similar to how I had actually Eagled's price range marked out. I keep saying 200 to 300 on this project, and this thing's been ripping too. So ever since we broke out of that pattern, that downward diagonal.
I know the e-gold people are moving fast, so I just have my token staked on the MyR wallet. And people were asking, why don't you buy this token? I did buy it. I bought it when it came down. Like I bought it around $90. But when I did a review on it, I said I was not going to buy it because it was like middle of that pump. But when it came down to $90, I bought some.
Tuco's asked if we covered ETH. I did not cover ETH yet. But looking at eGold here, I see this all the time. We break the previous high, come back down, test as support. ETH did it. Celsius did it. Like everything's doing it. Mirror did it, right? Wasn't this an all-time high for Mirror? It didn't test It didn't test this one though. But Celsius did, right? Celsius did right here. Boom. Tested that, and then that gives you another chance to buy right there in that support.
Gosh.
Over again. I think
Celsius taking over my portfolio like always.
ETH did it right at my tooth. I trade on my phone too, so
Is that
a lot
Ethereum?
of my stuff gets deleted. This is a ETH.
Man, Ethereum
So-
looks bullish right now.
Right here, it did it. We came up, back tested right here, support. So you see everybody do it, and then it struggled a little bit. I think last stream we seen this, and I said this must have just been faking people out. But yeah, I think it is looking really bullish because ideally what it did is you have all this resistance coming in on this like double top, and that's kind of why you did see this correction down. People got real scared about that. But now what you see is price action up above it and these deep wicks going below. Like, you know, there's a lot of buy pressure right on this 2100-ish to 2130-ish area. So where it was resistance, you know, it's always a range. These lines are ranges. So right in here was resistance, and now it's support. So ETH is definitely looking real good. Don't know how high it goes. I told you though, man. Every time it flirts with this all-time high, it's like all-time high, dump, all-time high, dump. You know what I mean? It doesn't moon like a lot of other projects, and maybe it's due to its size. Maybe it's because it's what $300 billion or something. I don't. But then again, I don't think Bitcoin does it like that. Not quite.
The problem with Ethereum, though, in my opinion, the biggest thing holding Ethereum back is the fees. I think if they solve that problem, Ethereum would go to all-time new highs and no problem. Like,
I thought, isn't that? Don't they have a plan to solve this?
yeah,
I thought there is.
1559. That'll at least alleviate a lot of it. But you know, like I said, the miners hate that. Like the miners want higher fees. They don't give a crap about the health of the network.
Luxo price prediction, $800, right?
Yeah, I think Luxo is going to be. I think it's a $30 billion market cap this cycle, and that's diluted.
And that's this cycle. Does that mean that ends this year, or when's the cycle? Because that's different. He's asking for the end of year.
Okay, so highest I think Luxo's going. Okay, obviously I can't see the future, but the what is it at? Like I think you're gonna get a like 15x out of it, like at some point.
So quick math. Well, at some point.
What is it?
What is that? 30?
So like 200
or 300. I mean.
Yeah, like 200, 300, and
Well,
I know
we're
that
at
sounds
15.
absurd, but like Luxo is when that chain is live. When Luxo chain is live, and it's like in the middle of the year. You know, like we got 3 months left. 3, so any day now.
You think that's going to be the all-time high for the year?
So I think it might be buy the rumor, sell the news. You know, but if that's the case, if Luxo has buy the rumor, sell the news, then this should be the bottom, and it should really pick up. Go to Luxo and put a straight line right at what is that? May, June, July, the end of July 30th. So we can kind of.
I don't know why the chart only lets me go so many days. Oh, there we go. Okay, so what was it? July 30th?
Yeah. That's 22. You want to get this year?
Oh my God.
You're like going out a whole year and 3 months.
Guess you can tell I'm not used to being on the daily.
Oh man.
Okay.
So we got some time.
And you're thinking what?
Okay, so draw a chart, put a dot on that at $250, 10 days subtracted from that. So
I see what you're saying. This is your mark. 250. So that's
July,
your
like,
price target.
15th.
20th right there.
All right, and then let's zoom out and see what that looks like. Yeah.
You're like, yeah, yeah, that's good.
That's my
Honestly,
prediction
this
for
is actually
Luxo.
pretty close. That's it, huh? That's your mark. It's kind of similar to what I was thinking. I was looking like end of year. I think we ranged here like between 100 to 200. I think that's where we fall in this year.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're kind of looking, maybe we stair step up a bit and then we see a whoop, and then it wicks back down and kind of consolidates around like that. So we'll just leave those shark teeth there for in the future. See if that comes true. In the short term, I think $40 on this next big impulse up in the next, I don't know, any day now. Let's go, Luxo.
So Penn
It's
says,
happening though.
I feel like I don't hear people addressing this, but I have a post-traumatic stress disorder from 2018, and I live each day like it's the last day of crypto, and it stresses me out. Dude, I carry that stress burden with me every day too. Like, I try to I probably need to meditate more. That would probably help me. But, once you live through 2018, you're like a psychopath. Like,
2000, because of the whole bear market dropping from 20K.
Yeah, 2018 was a nightmare.
Honestly, so I first got in before like $1,000 Bitcoin, but I was broke. I didn't buy anything, so I actually didn't get in. But I got in when I finally did get a little bit of money. I got in more towards the top, and I bought like some Litecoin and ETH and all this random stuff.
In 2017, the token that was one of the best performers was now I even forget its name. I'm like imagining it, but I can't even. Let me see. Like, I gotta pull up CoinGecko because it's crazy. I can't even remember the name of it right now.
Every altcoin I bought though was a straight S coin, and I lost money. I lost money on every altcoin ever except for Cardano. Cardano was the only one I got stupid lucky on and made some money. And then I came across all your picks, and everything I've gotten from your picks has been a straight winner.
Yeah, it's because I got the.
I don't think I've lost. I don't think I've lost money on anything that you've done your research on, your due diligence. So that is the whole point of this channel. If you're new here, you are new here. Be sure to tick that bell. You don't want to miss these videos.
BK Bits called it Icon. That was the one that was like, back in the day, that was the one that was the popular one. Now it's number 76. But
Jeremy Baramy, I don't know. He's gonna have to explain that.
No, this one right here, Icon.
How did he know?
How
does he know that that's it?
What's that? What are you asking?
How does he know what you're trying to remember?
I don't know. Like, he somehow knew this. Like, we're sharing our brain energy right now through the universe. But I was trying to ask, like, he knows that, like, in 2017, the coin to own was Icon. Thing went up like 1,000-fold, and now it's like floating around 76. What is going on with Icon now? I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I don't even pay attention. It's like, it's crazy how some of these tokens still float around, but it's like, are they really doing anything still? And then someone asked, how come I sold Fala? I didn't sell all my Fala. I love Fala, but I took profits. I mean, I bought it and I did like 12x.
Yeah, speaking of winners, I got a 5x out of this thing. I think I bought it back at 20 cents. Yeah, I should have kept some Fala. You can see here it broke beautifully out of that triangle, and it wicked almost to the dollar on that price target from that. I really had to trim some off of that. It was funny when I bought this though, because it was when I was earlier getting into it. I think it was this is what I got in, and I seen it on like lower time frames. I think I was looking, and it was making a pattern similar I used to have it charted. I'm surprised I deleted it, but yeah, I was just looking at it and it was about to break out, and I got it, and that was like just never saw 20 cents again. So I wish I would have kept some. And like you said, you kept some, so yeah, you didn't exit all. And so, like, how much of it? When did you first get in? Like 8 cents or something? 5 cents?
Which one?
Follow.
Yeah, I bought it like Fala. I bought like, man, months ago. It was such a long time ago. I don't even remember. But like, I remember looking when I sold it. I was like, man, I bought this thing at like pennies.
You had to have done better than you had to have done better than 20 cents. Like I got it 20 cents, and that's a 5x.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine that you got.
I think I got it at 5 cents.
So that's what, a 20x? That's crazy.
Yeah, something like that.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, like BK right here saying he got it based on your video at 12 cents. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man.
Congrats.
I'm glad, man. Like, we aim to serve.
So if you got a 20x, my question is, how much did you get rid of, or do you get rid of on a 20xer? Do you get rid of half? Or
the
like
reason I would sell something like Fala, but I would hold something like Celsius, is because Celsius is like, Alex Mashinsky is a baller, and Celsius is a good index in general of crypto, and it's gonna keep going up. And to me, it fits a narrative, like, you know, like Celsius. Like, dude, here's the reason why I still hold Celsius, even though I've already experienced like 100x on it. It's because I think I'm gonna experience another 100x, and here's why. The average person coming into crypto is not going to be holding their crypto in a hardware wallet. They're not going to be the self-custody nerd. They're not going to be like us. I'm a nerd, and most people that are capable of self-custodying their own crypto are nerds. The average person is not going to do that. So if you want the average person to hold crypto, they're going to grab their crypto and put it in Celsius, and they're going to forget about it, and they're going to earn yield while they're doing that. That's what the average person is going to do. The average person, which is, you know, like 90%. Celsius is like the new bank. You know, so, you know, that's what I see is happening with that, you know. So it's international. It's going to have a steady growth of growers. It has stellar leadership. It could continuously have good ideas to innovate. It could form partnerships. It could continuously do what it's worked for thousands of years, banking. Yes, so Celsius.
Did I talk about Eagle yet?
Yeah, I think you brought it up briefly. But I'm ready to get off this pretty soon. I'm getting tired.
Again, it's doing the same thing, back testing.
But we can check out this.
It looks good. I was gonna say I'll just kind of lightning round through some of the rest of the swap, still consolidating money flow.
Oh, check out Swap. How's that doing?
Swap looks good.
Yeah, I'm glad because they got a big announcement coming in 20 days.
What's this?
25 days.
What is this right here?
That was a fake out. That's what that was.
No. It's like a Head and Shoulders. What that is? Oh. Yeah, it's a fake out. You're right. It is a fake out, but it's kind of blurry, right? Because of all the chop. But that's you know, it's a Head and Shoulders in my opinion.
Well, that's a reverse head.
On a small time
frame. So does that mean it's going to take
off?
But
really,
dude, look at
the larger pattern.
That's going to take off. Swap's going to take off.
Well, remember what I found last time was that it's actually a big old cup and handle.
And that's a cup and handle too. It's like all these bullish things converging. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, and that's what you look for. You look for this convergence of lots of different bullish things and try to find that confluence.
Where are we going with swap?
Actually, breakout should be here. I'm looking for right around $8.
Yeah.
I think that's very realistic on the next big impulse up.
Man, swap made me a good chunk of money, man.
We'll circle that. Okay. Let's see. Follow, I already kind of looked at. Follow's hard to chart. I mean, I get these triangles, and it's just stair-stepping up. Looks much like Atari kind of does. And Atari finally broke its weird little pattern, right? It kept stair-stepping. Now I had this weird blah, blah. I think we were talked about this. This was bots or something, maybe. Who knows? Well, some weird action there.
I don't know what happened. Oh, sorry. I'm just yawning here.
It's about time to get off. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Like I have a lot of things to catch up on, but last thing, like I don't know what happened with the Intrepid token. Like I think I don't know if it was a bot, but or someone's watching my account because they bought like right when they bought a crap ton of Intrepid token, right when we launched, and then they dumped
Somebody,
it. I was like, that
somebody
jerk.
programmed a bot to watch
I
you.
don't know if it was a bot or someone spies on my account or what it was, but I was like, man, I should have done this on a more like a spontaneous account or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm bullish on sleep. That's right. Like, dude, I've been like running all day, man. Like,
Yeah, we need to get you out of here soon.
yeah.
Oh Lord, yeah, that XRP, guys. I heard it's going to like $800.
XRP. What's up with XRP? Like, people
I
like,
don't know.
I
Here
don't
we
know
go,
why it's
algo
still
over
around.
$1.50.
Like, I mean, I guess some people say it's amazing. I don't know why. I think when I looked at it, it was similar to Energy Web, you know, in like how they have their consensus. But
So I finally took profits on my long here. I got in a long at 20 cents right here. And I finally took profits at 148 because I realized the funding rate is just making it so I don't even really gain anything anymore. But I took profits right here. So I got a 640% gain.
good job.
And I had it on 5x leverage. And all I got was 600%.
What? Why?
Yeah, but I got 600% like extra tokens. So I still got extra tokens, right, rather than just hodling. But that's because of the funding fees, because I held it all the way from December 30th. And so the funding fees just ate me up. And now I'm about to just, I almost want to go short, but that's kind of dumb too. I shouldn't do that yet. I'm going to hold for a long time. I'm going to wait. I think I might just hold and then look to just go short at some point, or maybe try to find a breakout. I don't know. I don't know what to do now. All I know is I had a badass trade from 20 cents to 148, and guys, it was $10. I put $10 in right here on a 5x, and it's now worth about $2,200. So
All right, guys,
that
we're gonna
was
close it up.
that was exciting.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I need to let you go. I don't think we missed anything else, but
Sure.